Alrighty guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are doing a trading Lamelo Ball Charlotte Hornets rebuild in NBA 2K26. So there's been a lot of rumors about Lamelo Ball being traded because of a recent report came out that Lamelo Ball is frustrated in Charlotte and he'd be open for a trade. But I think like an hour later, LaMelo Ball actually replied to that comment and said that those replies from him are not true. He never said that, and that he actually loves being in Charlotte. There also was some reports that came out that the Hornets are willing to listen to offers for LaMelo Ball. So I feel like around the deadline, there will be a really solid chance that we do see LaMelo Ball potentially being traded from the Charlotte Hornets, especially because other guys have been just really good for the Hornets as well. Now, they are off to a really bad start, 4-11, but Con Caneppel has been the rookie of the year so far. Nobody expected this. He's having a really good season. He's averaging 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, shooting 40% from the odds. He's a really good three-point shooter. This guy is also a pretty solid defender himself. Miles Bridges has been pretty good this season as well. He's been averaging 20 points per game throughout the last couple of years of his career. This year, he's averaging 22 points per game, actually being kind of efficient as well. So that's something he hasn't been able to do. He's been pretty good this year. Ryan Caldwell has been great as well. Don't get me wrong with him. He's been a great defensive paint. He's been a great rim protector, is what I'm trying to say. He's been a great rim protector, great rebounder. He's been amazing. Colin Sexton's been pretty good. Diabate's been great. Zion James has been playing like a 3-and-D role for this team. Guys have been great. They're doing all this with Brandon Miller out as well. Brandon Miller should be back really soon. I think he's actually back as we speak. Grant Williams has been hurt. But like I said, they're off to, a bad start, but I feel there's a lot to like about this team as we saw just now. So your rotation, at least at the deadline, is going to be LaMelo Ball, Trey Mann, Concaneppel, Miles Bridges, Mason Plumlee, Ryan Carpenter, Colin Sexton, Diabate, Zion James, and that'll be your 9-man rotation at least until Brandon Miller comes back. And then once we trade LaMelo Ball, this team will look a lot different. But I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Or at the deadline, my bad. Here's the trade we're going to be doing for LaMelo Ball at the deadline. So we're going to send him over to the Toronto Raptors. Hear me out. The Raptors are obviously off to a great start right now. They're 11-5 by the time I'm recording this video. They're second in the Eastern Conference. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. They're off to a pretty good start. So basically, they're trading a guy like RJ Barrett, which kind of, he's brought in trade rumors a lot for this Raptors team, obviously. He could very well be traded. Emmanuel Quickly, a guy that obviously has a big contract, they probably regret paying him at this point. He has 4 more years left on that deal. He's making $32.5 million. It's not looking like a great contract. And they're trading Grady Dick. He's not off to a great start this season. He's down to a 76 overall in 2K. So yeah, he's someone I think to be willing to trade. And then 2 unprotected first-round picks for LaMelo Ball. We don't know LaMelo Ball's real trade value, but I feel like this could be fair for both teams. Obviously, the Hornets can get RJ Barrett. They take on Quickly's contract. They get a low-risk guy in Grady Dick, and they get 2 first-round picks. We're throwing some salary filler in there with Josh Green and Mason Plumlee. I think we can make this trade go. They decline it, but I'm going to use. They actually counter me. They're interested in this. They want my 2026 pick and Zion James to give me Sandro. Although I can't do that, they decline me. But I'm gonna make this trade go. If I feel there's more than enough for superstar trades, I do use trade override. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna turn it off right after. Just for superstar trades, you trade override. Nothing else really. So LaMelo Ball is the guy that is gonna be traded, and just like that, we now have RJ Barrett on this team now. Caneppel is injured right now. Colin Sexton also injured right now. They'll be out for a really long time. At least Caneppel will be out for 8 to 10 weeks. Colin Sexton will be out for 2 to 4 weeks. So yeah, obviously that sucks. But your new rotation heading into this season will look a little different. But for now, it's going to be Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Diabate, Clark Benner, Grady Dick, Zion James, Trey Mann, and then we're on a 10-man rotation, or even an 11-man rotation. I think it doesn't matter. We're probably going to be taking players of the year at this point. This team isn't good, obviously. So I would love for Salon and McNeely to get in instead of Grant Williams and Connington, but which I guess we can do that instead. So instead of these 2 playing, let's play the younger guys instead. So yeah, we'll play McNeely, and then like I said, I don't really know who's going to be the future. Obviously, it's Brandon Miller, Caneppel. Those guys are staying, but do we have a superstar for the future and number one after trading LaMelo Ball? I mean, maybe not. This was a part of the video trading LaMelo Ball. This team does not look good right now. Once Caneppel comes back, we'll probably go ahead and start him at the 3, and then It'll look weird. I don't know what we're gonna do once Canelo comes back. We'll figure it out, but I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Right now, the 14th seed, we're not making the playoffs. At the end of the season, Nikola Jokic wins the MVP. Cooper Flack still ends up winning Rookie of the Year. Sixth man going to Reed Shepard. Defensive player going to Victor Wembanyama. Most improved going to Neemias Queta. Clutch player going to Tyrese Maxey. Coach going to Mike Brown. Zachary Staples, the executive. Anthony Edwards wins the NBA Cup MVP. Here's an All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team here. Look at the Lakers fans would suck to happen right here. Luka Doncic touring his bicep being out for the season. Goodness, but we ended up missing the playoffs. Obviously, our record at the end of the season was 33-49. So we should have a pretty good pick in the lottery. That's great. Player stats: we had about 19 from Miles Bridges, 17.5 from R.J. Barrett, 17 from Brandon Miller, 17 from Colin Sexton, 15 from Quickly, 14 from Kneppel, 9 from Diabate, 8, 7, and 2 blocks from Carpenter, 8 from Trey Mann, 7 from Really Dick, 6 from Zion James. But yeah, all around, obviously, we have a lot of work to do for this team. But at the end of the season, we could go and see who makes the playoffs or wins the championship. Got the Thunder and the Knicks, and of course, the Thunder go back to back. It's probably going to happen right now. They're off to a freaking historical start, bro. I don't know how did this go without J Dub, but this is. They don't even have Jalen Williams and Kendrick Williams. They have a bunch of guys, foreign players that's out for them. I don't know how they're so good just like that. It's crazy, bro. Well, LeBron James is going to retire. Chris Paul just announced his retirement after this season, so he's going to retire. We have any Hornets players retiring? No, we actually don't. So we're going to head straight into the NBA draft lottery as we are going to be projected the number 6 overall pick in the draft. It says we're projected pick 3 as well. I don't know how true that is. There are some picks that need to be fixed, I believe, so which I will fix. I see the Bulls pick. I see the Pelicans pick. I see the Rockets pick. So we'll see what pick we have though. We're gonna finish with the number okay, we're gonna finish with number 8. That's really disappointing. But the Rockets, that pick actually goes to the Nets. The Nets finally get the draft lottery look they've been looking for. The Pacers get 2. That's correct. Wow, they actually did. Hold on, did 2K actually fix these picks? They don't have every pick right, but they have every pick right instead of the Rockets pick. No way 2K fixed these picks, bro. W2K, finally they did their freaking job. We actually have pick 13. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look into that. But 2K might have actually fixed some of their picks. Thank you, finally. So if I'm actually reading this right, we actually do have this first round pick. So you absolutely love to see that. So we now have 8 and 10 in this NBA draft. That's absolutely amazing. So yeah, we'll absolutely take that. I'm going to keep Charles Lee as the head coach for now. We can't really fire him after one season. It's not really his fault. We did kind of, blow up the team a little bit at the deadline by trading our superstar player. One guy I do want to ship out of here at this point is Miles Bridges. I feel like he'll be a little bit better in a contending team. I don't really know his value either, but we can get Kyle Kuzma in a pick swap. Maybe the Bucks would do that. We swap expiring contracts. I mean, sure, but we can make the trade with the Clippers. Like we get Derrick Jones in a pick swap. So would the Clippers make another move like that? Maybe not. We get Davion Mitchell in a first round pick. I think I'll wait till after the draft. There are some pretty good offers. Make a trade with the Pistons. The Pistons could use somebody like Miles Bridges if they don't end up making a trade for Lauri Markkanen or Anthony Davis. Apparently, that's what they're going to try to do. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to wait till after the draft, though. So we'll just head up into the draft with our 2 first-round picks. We could trade up, but I think I'd much rather draft 2 times, add 2 rookies to this team. So number 1 is going to be Darren Peterson to the Brooklyn Nets. Number 2 is going to be AJ Band to the Pacers. They're going to be scary once Halliburton comes back if that happens. Dash Daniels goes 3 to the Grizzlies. Interesting. 4, Kieran Bluder to the Atlanta Hawks. 5, we got Nate Ahmed to the Wizards. 6, we got Kareem Lopez to the Jazz. 7, we got Mikael Brown to the Blazers. And with our pick, I would have loved to take Mikael Brown. I was hoping he fell to us, but he did not end up falling. So we do got like Yusefu. We got Chris Sinak. I think we do need a center, or at least he would probably be a backup for us. So I think I'm going to take Chris Sinak. And if Darius falls to 13, he's going to be the pick at 13. Hoping he falls. So Chris Sinak, welcome to the Charlotte Hornets. He can be our future center or whatever. Chris Anderson Jr. goes to the Kings. Don't know much about him. I'll have to see. Yusefu goes to the Celtics. We got Dame Sarr going to the Bucks. And then we got Elijah Arenas going to the Thunder. So We got Jane Clayton's. We got, so I wasn't gonna say I was gonna take Darius Akoff, and that's what I'm gonna take. So Darius, welcome to the team. And then with our late second round pick, we got this guy. We got Hugo. We'll go and take Hugo with this pay, and that'll be our 2026 draft. So Chris Sinag, Darius, and Hugo. If we can two-way contract him, never mind. We'll just sign him. Team and player options. We'll accept everybody here. Qualifying offers, KJ Simpson. I'm not going to worry about extending any of these two guys. Heading into free agency, we got Colin Sexton in free agency. I don't think I'm going to bring him back at this point. So we do have somebody to sign free agents as well. So, okay, somebody in free agency. We got quickly Darius Acuff Jr. We got Brandon Miller, RJ Barrett. I do also want to trade RJ Barrett this offseason. I don't think he really fits what we need at all. So RJ Barrett and Miles Bridges are two forwards I do want to trade. So we'll get to that right now, actually. To make this trade with the Detroit Pistons, where we get Paul Reed and a 2027 unprotected first-round pick. The Pistons could use some shooting, and Miles Bridges is a pretty solid shooter. So I'm going to make this trade go through as we ship Miles Bridges overall to the Detroit Pistons. Now I'm going to see if I can trade RJ Barrett. If we can send RJ Barrett over to the Memphis Grizzlies for Santi Aldama, Ty Jerome, and a first-round pick, I would love that. They don't agree, but what if we move RJ Barrett to small forward? Would he have more value? He goes up one overall. I expect him to go up like an 84, not an 83, but he still goes up to be the best player on this team. So if we get better offers now to the Bulls, want to give us a good first-round pick for him, but I want to go back to the Grizzlies. I think that, they're offering me John Morant, bro. I'm gonna lie, that's absolutely insane. But I just can't do it. He's at 87 overall, man. Wow, okay. He's definitely fallen off a cliff in this game and in real life, kind of. So the original offer was Eldama and Ty Jerome. And then, like I said, I want to get their 2028 first round pick out of them as well. So if we can just make this trade go through, which they do decline me, which is fair, I guess. I will trade Diabate. We don't need him that much anymore. And then that's really it. So what do they say now? They want... Okay, I'm not doing that. That's just not happening. So I guess we don't have to get that first round pick. I guess we can just get a later first round pick. Okay, I'll trade D-Ball Paul in there as well. I'll trade the two centers we just got, I guess. So they don't have enough money for that. Okay, how about we just get a 2030 unprotected Magic pick instead of this? So what do they say? They should say yes to this 100%. They still decline, which is interesting. They want to take on the extra salary of Diabate, I guess. Well, if I take him out... Okay, now they agree. Thank goodness. Okay, so we get a trade done finally for RJ Barrett. Now we can officially start what we're doing. So, Clark Benner. All right, how our team's looking like right now? We got Quickly, Jerome, Darius Acuff Jr., Brandon Miller, Zion James, Trey Mann. We got Conkin Gritty Dick, Liam McNeely, Aldama, Grant Williams, Salon, Hugo. We got Clark Benner and then Chris Sinag and then Paul Reed. So we don't need to sign any free agents. I think we're good the way we are right now. We have 16 players. I guess we need to cut somebody. I'm not going to sign anybody in free agency. I'm going to renounce everybody you see right now. Everybody will be renounced. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, other than that, I think we'll head straight to play progression. And just like that, player progression looks amazing, man. Carpenter is up. Kneppel is up to an 85 overall. Brandon Miller's up to an 85 overall. Carpenter's up 3, though, to an 82. So, yeah, that's great. Grady Dick's up to an 80. Zion James up to a 78. Trey Mann up to a 76. Salon is up to a 76. And then we got Liam McNeely going up to a 74 overall. So, can we map this player progression at all? Right now I'm trying to build around Kneppel and Brandon Miller. I don't know if Kneppel will ever be a superstar in the NBA. I mean, he's showing really good flashes. So actually, I just had 2K cut whoever the last guy was. So I did not mean to do that because for some reason 2K cuts some players you don't want to cut. So maybe I didn't mean to press that so fast. That's definitely my bad. I wonder who they cut, and they cut Hugo. They cut Hugo. Okay, I'm not too mad at that, I guess. But your team into this season is Quickly, Brandon Miller, Kneppel, Santi Aldama, Carpenter, Grady Dick, Ty Jerome, Zion James, Trey Mann, and T-John Salon. I do want Chris Sinag to play, though. I'm not going to lie. So I guess I will run an 11-man rotation once again. I don't expect us to be good this year, really. Shot tendencies, like I said, I want Kneppel to be a superstar in this video. For how he's playing right now, he's kind of like the theme of the video. I'm going to put his tendency up to like an 85. We'll put his touch tendencies up to like an 80 as well. And then I want Brandon Miller to be even better, though. I'm not going to lie. I feel like he has real superstar potential here. So Brandon Miller going to push his tendency up to like a 93, and then shot tendency or touch tendency push up to like a 90 as well. So yeah, Brandon Miller will be taking a lot of shots here. Carpenter quickly. So that's really it. I want this to be the Kneppel and Brandon Miller show here in Charlotte. And then, yeah, we might have our center of the future in Carpenter as well. We'll have to see how this season goes. This will show a lot this year, but we own our first round pick next year, just making sure. I think I saw we do. So, yeah, we do own our first round pick next year and a bunch of other teams first as well. So, this should be interesting. I'll see you guys at the end of the season, though. Oh, I forgot to look at our proficiency, though. Power ranking doesn't land as good either. So we're running a balanced system, and that is going to be our best system. So we're going to go and run that, and I'll for real see you guys now at the end of the season. At the end of the season, Anthony Edwards wins the MVP. Darren Peterson wins Rookie of the Year in Brooklyn. I would have loved to add him to the team. It's been a minute that I got him. Sixth man going to Dylan Harper. Defensive player goes to Wembanyama. Most improved going to Mobo. Clutch player going to Anthony Edwards. Coach you're going to Chris Finch. Nathan Mack executive. Cup MVP going to Harden. And dude, James Harden still got it, bro. He's absolutely carrying this Clippers team. Right now, they're not off to a great start. Once Kawhi comes back, they should be a little better. But with Bradley Beal off this season, that ended up being just a bad signing. I mean, I can't be mad at them for doing it. I mean, getting Bradley Beal for $5 million at the time was a good signing. But he started off the season terribly, injured his hip for this season. Not a good look. But we ended up actually finishing off as a playing team as a 7th seed. So we will take that. 42-40, definitely something I didn't expect, but looks like we were good enough. Brandon Miller and Kneppel were great. Brandon Miller almost averaged 25 points per game. Kneppel with 21 points per game, 14 from Romano quickly. So Kneppel and Brandon Miller are the future of this team. We'll just have to figure out the rest later. But 14 from Quickly, we had 12 from Ty Jerome, 12 from Grady Dick, and 9 from Santi Aldama, 7 from Trey Mann. He's actually injured right now. He's day-to-day, though. He won't play in this playing tournament game, though. Sinak with 6, 3 and a block. Carpenter with 6, 7, and 1.7 blocks. 6 from Salon. He's injured, he's kind of banged up. We are a little injured, as you can see, but really good season. A-Cup average about 5 points. Everybody got playing time, which is great. I mean, we'll see if we can take down the Brooklyn Nets in this playing game. They got Igor Demon, Peterson, MPJ. He's been great for the Nets. So we'll see. We're actually going to win. We're just like that. Went to the playoffs. We got the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks have Trae Young, Daniels, Rita Shea, Johnson, Okongwu, Boozer, Asa Newell, Shake Millen, and Vic Krejci. So we'll see if we can take down the Atlanta Hawks here. As everybody saw, I think Chris Sinak was hurt. He's back. So against the Atlanta Hawks here, we are going to go ahead and lose a fight. It's expected. I didn't expect this team to go far. I did not expect it. But I want to see our offensive and defensive rating. So offensive rating, we were number 3. Wow, our offense was actually really good. Defensively, we're pretty bad, though, as you can see. Yeah, we had a top 5 worst defense in the NBA, which isn't great. But the Timberwolves beat the Magic. Anthony Edwards gets his ring. James Harden will retire. Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler retiring. Paul George, end of an era, freaking end of an era. Dame is gone too. It would suck to see that happen in real life. We all know what's going to happen one day. Heading into the draft lottery, though, we are projected. Well, yeah, okay. We're projected the 5th overall pick via Miami. That pick might be lottery protected, though, so I don't think we're going to have that pick. Projected pick 13 via Toronto. I got their unprotected pick, so we'll see what pick we land, and we're going to finish. So that pick was unfortunately lottery protected from the Terry Rozier trade. We didn't get it unprotected, but we could add 2. But I guess we'll have it unprotected next year, I'm pretty sure. The Jazz get 3 and 4 from the Lakers, and then our pick is going to end up being – I see the Thunder literally all over the place in this one, but we're gonna have the 13th pick in the draft. Can't be mad at that at all. We have some other late first round picks as well. We have pick 17. That's our own pick. We have pick 21 from the Mavericks and pick 23 from the Detroit Pistons. I'm pretty sure from the Miles Bridges trade. So, yeah, can't be mad at that by any means. So yeah, we'll have 4 first round picks in the draft. We can use these picks to draft or trade up. I think we should trade up. I don't know what I'm going to do with 4 rookies, so I definitely will see if I can trade up to somebody. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to try and trade up. But the Thunder, maybe the Thunder want to trade up. They probably don't want to add more rookies, so it has to be – okay, I'm actually going to see if I can trade up with the Thunder. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I'm going to see if I can get like 8 or 9. I'm going to see if I get the 8th overall pick from the New Orleans Pelicans by trading 13 and 17. They do decline me, which is fair. I wouldn't mind adding 3 rookies, so I trade 21 in this scenario as well. And anyway, so we get the number 8th overall pick in the draft and pick 23. So we'll take that, and then we'll keep Charles Lee. Got us to the playoffs. Can't be mad at that at all. And then we'll head into the draft, obviously, with the. I want to trade you out before draft night, though. Quickly, Kobe guy we trade in the future because once again, his contract is pretty bad. Ty Jerome is a player option. I want Darius to be the backup point guard this year, or even starting point guard. There are some salaries that we have that we can trade. So Grant Williams will come off the books this year. Forgot about him. I'm not gonna lie. So I think we'll probably let the team develop though. But heading into the draft, we got Tyron Stokes going number 1, Stephen going 2, we got Hugo going 3, we got DJ Wagner going 4, we got the Pelicans taking Baba, we got the Sixers taking Christian Collins. He would have been a great get at 8. Mika to the Grizzlies, which means we're gonna probably go out and take. We got Caleb Hull. I mean, there's the best prospects here. I know the draft class is the best, so maybe we picked the wrong draft class to trade up in. But I don't want to draft all these rookies in this mediocre draft class anyway. So I think we might have to take Caleb Hull. He looks like he's the best player on NBA ceiling. Starter. Everybody else is starter but him. So I think Caleb Hull has to be the pick here. So Caleb Hull, welcome with the 13th, or we don't have the 13th thing. We're at pick 23. We traded up for Caleb Holt, I guess. So Jason Crow. I think I'll go Kwame Evans Jr. though. So Kwame Evans, welcome to the team. We drafted a 75 and a 72. Kneppel will accept. Clark Leonard. I'm going to decline Aldamas, 17 million. Jerome will accept this player option. Zion James. Do we accept Salon? I think we have to. I think I'm going to let him go for nothing. We might as well trade him if we do. He hasn't returned anything. I'll accept McNeely as well. Qualifying offers, Brandon Miller and Grady Dick will accept. And then free agency, got Brandon Miller, Grant Williams, Grady Dick, Paul Reed, and Santi Aldama. So I think I kind of want Grady Dick back. He played really good for us last year, although I'm not paying him $30 million. And I do want Brandon Miller back. I think he deserves the max contract, though. I'll pay him that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and sign these guys to their extensions first. So just send Brandon Miller. Like I said, I don't want to announce Grady Dick. He's the one guy I want back from this list, as you can see. So I'm going to re-sign Miller. I'm not going to announce Grady Dick just yet. But here's how the team looks like now. So quickly, Ty Jerome, Darius Cup Jr., Brandon Miller, Zion James, Trey Mann, Caleb Holt. So we have a bit of a shooting guard logjam. Conkin Apple, Liam McNeely, Salon, Kwame Evans, Paul Benner, and Chris Sinak. So I think we might have to make a trade for either a point guard or a power forward. One of those things need to be addressed this offseason. We're showing that we're good enough to contend, so why not keep it up? So I'm going to go and see if I can trade for either a point guard or a power forward. There's not many options in free agency. Now, I really don't think this works, but I want to see if I can trade for Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like I said, I really don't think they'd agree to it, but, I'm shooting for the stars here. Just trying to test the waters. Evan Mobley would be a really good addition to our team. He played power forward for us, obviously. So, Pijon Salon would be first. He's at like an 87 overall, which is kind of crazy. So, I might make it easier. I'm not going to lie. Quickly, his contract will have to be used in here, especially. So, Salon, yeah, Quickly and Salon, start off with that. And then a little bit more money in here. So, Jerome, somebody we could trade. One of these guards will have to be traded. Either Jerome or Zion James. I don't want to trade Zion James. So, I think it'd have to be Trey Mann or Caleb Holt. So, Trey Mann, and then I'm going to see if I can just get with draft capital now. So our 2028 pick will be there on here, which is risky, but I'm willing to do it. I'll be willing to trade this not good pick swap. I'm not going to trade that. We could trade this Heat pick. That'll probably get it done. And look, we might have to trade this Heat pick. For Evan Mobley, I do it, right? So we'll trade this Heat pick, and we'll trade this 2031 protected pick. I still don't think this gets it done. Wow, okay, Evan Mobley, welcome to freaking Charlotte. We gave up a lot, but we're an aggressive team now. And Evan Mobley, welcome to Charlotte. We need a backup power forward now, probably some forward depth. I'm hoping Chris Knight goes. We need backup small forward, backup power forward, and that's probably it. We could probably move like Holt or somebody to small forward. So I'll sign a power forward though, 100%. So PJ Washington isn't a bad option. Haven't heard much of Bull in a minute. He must be a free agent. I think he's a free agent. So I think we can bring Washington back to Charlotte. We can sign Sadiq Bey. So I'm just trying to sign depth at this point. So I'm gonna sign Sadiq Bey for the minimum. I don't want to spend too much money, and I will sign. How much players we have on our team? 11. Okay, I'll sign like a minimum small forward too. or it doesn't have to be a minimum, just a body there, honestly. So Caruso, Hendrick doesn't seem like a terrible odds, like a 1 year, $8 million deal. Yeah, so okay, Hendricks will sign. We'll sign these two guys. So Hendricks. Oh, I forgot about Grady Dick. We need to sign Hendricks. That's my fault. So Grady Dick will be back as qualifying offer. I'm not paying him 30 million, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll have Grady. He could be the backup small for. We even need to sign those two guys, but they'll be good depth nonetheless. So we'll do that, and then we'll head straight into the next season. So Grady Dick should be back on his qualifying offer. We might sign a third string center, which I'll just in case tonight doesn't develop. We deal with the injury. I'll sign a third string center just in case. So we'll sign Charles Bassey to a minimum, and then Grady Dick will be back on his qualifying offer, and then that'll complete our off season. So yeah, he's back on his qualifying offer. We love that. All right, and then play progression. Kneppel's up to an 89, Miller's up to an 83. You'd think it'd make more sense for Kneppel to play shooting guard and Brandon Miller to play small forward, but I guess that's not what it is how 2K has it. And what I'm looking at it right now is Kneppel looks like he's the better rebounder, so I guess it makes sense to play him at shooting guard. I mean, small, yeah, small forward, and then he's always shooting almost 50% from three, so he's obviously an elite shooter. So yeah, that's good. These are two superstars. Evan Mobley's up, Carpenter's up, Jay Davis to an 83, Don James up to an 80. 80 overall for Darius. He'll be a starting point guard too, something that didn't want to happen. Chris Knight up to a 79, and then Jerome is up to a 70. He's down to a 78. Hendricks is up. We got Neely going up, Bassey. But yeah, I'm really excited about this team. Honestly, I think we can be a real contender. Once Darius keeps developing as well, we'll have our starting point guard locked up, and yeah, we'll definitely be really good this year. At least I'm hoping for. Hopefully, we don't see some regression. We were good last year with this team, with the worst team. I'm hoping we could be better with an even better team. Power ranking land is 16, running a balanced system under Charles Lee. So, yep, that's what we're going to run. Your rotation heading into this season will be Darius Akov Jr., Brandon Miller, Con Kneppel, Evan Mobley, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Grady Dick, Zion James, Chris Sinak, Ty Jerome. I know Sinak doesn't develop that much in 2K, so that might be something we have to take note of. Maybe we have to trade for a better center. But yeah, this will be our rotation. I'm gonna go 10-man this year. I think we could be a contender. I'm gonna go 10-man. No need to run 11-man rebuilding lineup, and then yeah, I guess Sadiq Bey will be the last guy off the bench. Yeah, it's, I guess what I wanted. So yeah, we'll have Sadiq Bey pay back up power forward, and that'll be our 10-man rotation. A Cuff is starting point guard this year. We'll have a really good defensive duo here, Evan Mobley and Carpenter. So yeah, everyone protection will be crazy. So yeah, we should be a good team this year. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Shots and tees are basically the same too. Is your MVP, Tyron Stokes, Rookie of the Year, Josh Giddey, six-man, Defensive Player going to Wimby, Most Improved going to Walter Clayton, Clutch Player going to D Book, Coach you're going to Mike Brown, Alexander Payne's your Executive, NBA Cup MVP going to Zion. Here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team here. But we finished off as the number 4 seeds. We did make it into the playoffs, which is great. We finished off 49 and 33 on the season. Player stats, we had about 25 from Con Kneppel, a certified superstar here. 24.5 from Brandon Miller, another really good player that we have, obviously. So, yeah, 17 from Evan Mobley, 8 rebounds and almost 2 blocks. 13 from Darius Akov with 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and he shot about 21% from 3, 39% from the field. Not great, but he should develop to be a better, efficient player. Learn from Gritty Dick. I don't know what he's going to ask for this offseason. I want to bring him back. 10.5 from Sinak with 5 rebounds and 1 block. 10 from Jerome, 8 from Zion James, 7 from Caleb Hull. He only played 9 games, so 6 from Sadiq Bey, 5 from Kalkbrenner, 5 from McNeely as well, 4 from Hendricks. But yeah, in round 1, we got the Washington Wizards, so we'll see if we can go at a team. Now, we're fully healthy heading into the playoffs, too, so that's another good thing. We'll go on 9 rotation, and we'll shrink the bench utilization down to a 25, actually. I want to see if we can win a championship this year. So the Washington Wizards have A.J. Mitchell, Trey Johnson, Eshaun George, Nate Ahmed, Walker Kessler, Alex Sarr, Coulibaly, Keldon Johnson, Santi Aldama. So, yeah, we'll see if we can get this done. Eshaun George has been amazing for the Wizards as well. So against the the Wizards, we are actually going to lose in 6. That's disappointing. We're healthy throughout the playoffs, too. So, yeah, losing like that is definitely disappointing. But we got the Dallas Mavericks win the championship, Cooper Flag winning the finals MVP. So, yeah, AD and Kyrie is still in Dallas at this point. It's probably not going to happen, at least for Anthony Davis. They said they want to keep Kyrie Irving for some reason, though. But a little bit of retirement here. Now we're heading to the draft lottery. as we are going to be projected. What did that Heat pick end up being that we traded? I don't know, but we don't have a lottery pick this time, and that Miami Heat pick that we traded ended up being. So we traded it to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Did that pick end up being a good pick? It ended up being the 12th pick. So I'm cool with that. Basically traded the 12th pick for Evan Mobley. So I'm fine with that, honestly. So that's a pretty good trade. So I'll keep Darius again in the starting point guard. We need a new backup point guard, though. We might. I'm not gonna make a trade. I'm not gonna do anything crazy in the offseason. I think another year of development and we'll be fine. We could fire him and go after a new head coach. We could fire Charles Lee, but I think I'm gonna keep him. There's no need to fire him. He got to the playoff 2 years in a row. Just can't get out of round one quite yet. If we lose a round one or don't make the playoff next year, then we can consider making some big moves. But I think we're good this year, honestly. So. This year we have pick 22. If we could take Jalil Bethea. So we needed a backup point guard, so welcome to the team, Jalil Bethea. We'll accept everybody you see right here. Qualifying offers, we have none. Free agency, do we have any money? Nope, we don't have any money for like a max player, but Grady Dick's a free agent. Again, he's asking for the asking price went down a little bit. I'm still going to wait on day 12 for him, though. We can sign a new backup point guard. So what do we got? So we got Payne Pritchard isn't a bad option. Isaiah Collier isn't a bad option. So one of these guys would be great. Chris, the guy we saw earlier that got drafted earlier, he's the 9th pick, Chris Anderson. I think we have to sign him. The fact that he's here is kind of crazy. Did he get waived or something? Because why is he here? No, they just declined his team option. I'd wonder why. He looks like he's pretty good too. So he averaged 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 45% from the field, 39% from three. I'm signing this guy. I don't know why he gets it doesn't develop. Maybe he didn't develop at all, but either way, he'll be on my team for sure. We'll sign him. Then we'll wait on day 12 graded. So Chris Anderson Jr., welcome to the Charlotte Hornets. Then we'll wait for Grady Dick and then day 12. And then, yeah, we'll do that. Grady Dick actually has 7 offers now. Okay, he has Auburn coming in from the Clippers. And if you know he's unrestricted this year, so now we have to overpay on him. Great. Okay, can we land him now? Okay, we land him, but we have to pay him a lot. I really don't want to pay him all this, but it's fine. Hoping Chris Anderson Jr. develops, though. So we got a Cuff, Chris Anderson, Jalil Bethea, Brandon Miller, Zion James, Caleb Holt, Colin Kneppel, Grady Dick, Liam McNeely. We got Evan Mobley, Kwame Evans, Clark Benner, and Chris Sinak. So we have 13 players. We can sign one player. I guess we can just offer like a backup power force. So Noah's here. Another guy, another young player that just got cut or like got their team option removed. We can keep signing these young guys. We could just take another chance on them. So sure, I'll offer him like a 1-year deal with the team option. So I'll offer another young guy a contract. And then, yeah, hopefully those guys develop. If not, if they do, we got steals, bro. We got steals. Up to a 92. Brandon Miller's up to a 92 as well. Mobley's up to an 89. Dick's up to an 84. Harper didn't develop that much, which sucks. A Cuff went up to an 83. Snack went up to an 82. Zion James up to an 81. Chris Anderson went up to a 79. So that's something, I guess. McNeely up to a 78. Holt's up to a 77. So, yeah, I'm liking this. Obviously, our depth is getting better. Maybe we trade for a center at the deadline. If we don't think Carpenter or Sinak are like starting caliber center, maybe we trade for one. I don't know, man. It could be something we do. I have some options in mind if we do trade for a center. I definitely do. So we'll download this 2029 draft class, and I will see you guys in the rotation heading into the new season. Balanced system once again. That would be our best system, so we're going to keep running it. Power ranking lands is 8th. Rotation is Darius, Brandon Miller, Kneppel, Evan Mobley, Clockbender, Greedy Dick, Zion James, Chris Anderson, Liam McNeely. Then we're on a 10-man rotation. How did Chris Sinak play in the summer league again? If he did, well, he got a concussion for 4 to 6 weeks in it. So really disappointing there. We'll be missing him for about a month. So yeah, no Chris Sinak for about a month. But once he comes back, we'll have an updated rotation. For now, the 10th man is going to be Noah. But I'll see you guys at the end of the season or at the deadline. Possibly. We'll see. It just depends, honestly. Jokic wins the MVP. Ross are Rookie of the Year, but at the end of the season, wow, the Hawks won 70 games. We ended up making the playoffs once again as the 2nd seed, so you love to see that. Hopefully this is the year we can make it past round 1, 59-23. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm shaking. I'm scared of the Atlanta Hawks. They won 70 games with this team, bro. Yeah, Boozer, Ryan Rawlings off the bench. Pretty damn good team. But, yeah, that's our record. Offensive rating, we were number 3. Defensive rating, we have improved to number 12. So you love to see that. Player stats, though, had about 24 from Kneppel, 24 from Brandon Miller, 16 from Evan Mobley, 12 from Darius DeCover Jr., 11 from Gritty Dick, 11 from Chris Anderson Jr., so he ended up being pretty solid, I guess. We had 9, 7, and 2 blocks from Chris Sinak. We had 7 from Caleb Holt, 6 from Noah, and we did not make a move at the deadline. We were all doing pretty good. Didn't want to ruin anything. We also extended Ryan Kalkbrenner, and we also extended Zion James. So 2 players from that 2025 draft class. We are extending 2 pretty good players for us. They're both in the rotation right now. I'm going to go 8-man rotation, though. We'll see if we can make a run. We got Toronto around, so obviously made that big trade at the beginning of the video, giving them Lamelo Ball. So obviously he's been pretty good for the Raptors. They haven't made much noise, but they got Salon as well. I guess he's been playing. We didn't trade him there, though. We traded him, I think, in a separate trade. Did we trade to the Raptors again? I don't know. I don't think we did. I look, you forgot where we even traded Salon to. What trade was that from? I want to say it was the Evan Mobley trade. I think it was. He is going to the Raptors, I guess. He ended up going to the Raptors. Against the Raptors, though, we are going to beat them at 5. Now we got the Brooklyn Nets with Egor Demon, Darren Peterson. He's averaging 33 points in the playoffs. So, yeah, Whitmore, Sohan, Nick Claxton, Aiden, Pritchard, Cameron Thomas, Nathan Solomon, and Mayhop. So against the Nets, game 1, they're gonna take. So yeah, not great. We're fully healthy still. We haven't dealt with any injuries. Are we sure injuries are on right now? Yeah, I mean we just haven't been that much of an injured team really. As you can see, everybody's been playing really. So yeah, they're gonna take game 1 though. They're gonna take game 2. They're gonna take game 3, and they're sadly we're probably gonna go home here unless we can come back down from 2-0, which we don't. Going to lose to the Nets there as the hosts going to winner are Trae Young wins the finals MVP. Rudy Gobert, Zach LaVine, and Bobby Portis all retire, but that's definitely disappointing. The draft lottery, the Jazz will get 1. We're actually going to have the 5th overall pick from the Timberwolves, so don't really know what to do with that pick at this point. But staff signing, I think I will bring back Charles Lee. I think he's been pretty solid for us, but he's probably 1 year away from getting fired if we don't win. I'm gonna say that, but. Okay, what do we got for us now? So I think I don't know. Part of me wants to just get a really established starting center. Carpenter is good, but I feel like he's more of a backup as well as Chris Sinak. I feel we might have to get an established starting center in the building because I don't know. I don't know if these guys are gonna cut it for me, man. I like them both a lot, but maybe we package him and Caleb Hold up to get somebody. We have the 5th overall pick too, so I don't really know what to draft with that pick. So I mean, whatever's there is there. I guess we have 5, 17, and 27. So yeah, that'll definitely be interesting. But I definitely think we make a trade here for a center that can obviously play next to Evan Mobley. That can be a starting caliber big. I don't know, something like that. Actually gonna make the trade after the draft. I already opted into Noah's team option so we could trade him later. So I'm gonna make the trade after the draft. So with pick 5, we got Isaiah Hamilton, Eric Dampier. You know what, Isaiah Hamilton, welcome to the team. And with pick 17, we got Kinston Kneppel. This is actually Con Kneppel's brother. So what? Well, I mean, why not? I can be Con Kneppel's brother. No one will take Terrell Jackson with this pick, I guess. What this is the GM drop of the rest. So also gonna accept everybody here. All right, we're going to extend Concanapple and Liam McNeely while heading into free agency here. Quickly is a free agent, as we all know. We traded him a couple years ago to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But we got Darius DeCover Jr., Chris Anderson, Bethea, Brandon Miller, Zion James, Caleb Holt. So I think we low-key need now, I said, to trade for a center. I think that's what I'll do. And the guy I want to trade for, the guy I was looking at, actually the Detroit Pistons, Jalen Duren. He's off to a great start to the season right now. He's definitely taking this step that Pistons fans have liked. And obviously, he's a great rebounder, pretty good scorer, pretty good rim protector. I think he'd be a really good fit. I think we'd have to trade Ryan Kalkbrenner, though. Chris Sinak in his own self averaged 2 blocks. Kalkbrenner, he's a good rim protector. So we'll still have that rim protecting and rebounding with Sinak. Younger, probably will develop better. So Kalkbrenner will have to trade $51 million in the trade. So I think we low-key have to trade away. I think we want to keep Concanaple's brother. I kind of want to keep Isaiah Hamilton, too. So I think we have to trade Noah. We're going to have to trade Kwame Evans, Terrell Jackson, and a first-round pick. Hopefully that's enough to get Jalen Duren today. So Jalen Duren, welcome to Charlotte. He will be our starting center with Chris Sinak as the backup. So, yeah, this is how our new team's looking like. So we have Darius, Chris Anderson, Bethea, Brandon Miller, Zion James, Caleb Holt. We got Grady Dick, Zay Hamilton, Kinston Kneppel, Evan Mobley, Davor, and then we got Jalen Duran, Chris Knack. So all we need now is like a backup power forward for like a minimum contract once again. And after that, I think we're good. So we can bring back Sadiq Bey, who was there not too long ago. But I don't even think we need a backup power forward, to be honest. I think we'll be fine though. But I will sign somebody like Jared Vanderbilt, sure. We'll sign like a 2-year minimum contract. Oh, I forgot about Con Canepo. I'll have to match that 100%. Forgot he was a free agent for a minute. I was um literally forgot about him completely. Wow, I literally completely forgot about him. Well, he'll be back, obviously. And then Liam McNeely, we can honestly, we'll bring him back instead of signing Jared Vanderbilt. So we'll do that. Then we'll have Conkin Apple and Liam McNeely back on pretty good contracts. So this is how the team looks like now. We have about 16 players in the team. So we'll have to trade or cut one player. I think it'll have to be this guy right here. We'll have to trade him for like 2 second-round picks to the Bucks. So player progression time. Brandon Miller's up to a 95 overall. Con Canepo's up to a 94 overall. Evan Mobley's up to a 90. A Cuff's up to 85. Chris Knack up to 84. Chris Anderson Jr.'s up to a 82. Caleb Holt didn't really go up as much, so that's disappointing. Really disappointing. He was the 8th overall pick, and he hasn't developed literally at all. So, yeah, disappointing. So, yeah, I guess he won't be playing many impactful minutes for us. But we have a really deep rotation right now, a really good rotation. I'm excited to see what we can do. I'm going to download this 2030 draft class, and then I will see you guys most likely at the end of the season. It's probably our final move that we could do. We get this whole progression just keeps taking us upward and upward until we eventually get that championship. So we're running a balanced system. Once again, your rotation is Darius, Brandon Miller, Con Canepo, Evan Mobley, Jalen Duran, Grady Dick, Chris Knack, Chris Anderson, Zion James, and then we're a 10-man rotation and get Liam McNeely in the rotation, I guess, and that'll be the 10-man rotation. Injuries will happen, guys will get hurt, other guys will get in, and I will see you guys at the end of the season, hoping for another fully healthy season. So Victor Wembanyama wins the MVP at the end of this season. We finish off as the what? How did we finish off the 7th seed? Really? What, bro? How? Come on, bro. How do we finish off with the 7th seed? How the freak did we go 40? How did we regress? What? This is why I stopped rebuilding 2K and I went to man, bro. This is literally making no sense at all, bro. How did we regress? How do we regret? It doesn't make any sense, bro. We weren't injured. I mean, Brandon Miller missed the amount of time, but I still think we should be solid without him. But whatever, bro. I don't even care anymore. I ain't lie. It's one more year after this. I'm done. I ain't lie. That shit really is me. I mean, that just really has made me mad, bro. We're injured right now. Whatever, bro. Honestly. Yeah, Canepo is hurt. Evan Mobley's injured, but they're still gonna play through it. So I still expect us to win games. Maybe we can still make it out of the plan. We got the Brooklyn Nets in round 1. We're gonna win. If we lose in round 1, Charles Lee, you're out the door, bro. I have to blame this on somebody. We got Chicago in round 1. This team doesn't look good. They honestly shouldn't be good. For some reason, they are. They're missing Josh Giddey, so that might be a huge piece of what they are. He is out and be out for 2 to 4 weeks. So yeah, that's a huge loss for them, I guess. I still don't think this team is really good, but we probably are still going to lose, knowing how good this Bulls team is in 2K. Not going to beat the power. We're going to finally get out of round 1 to play the Philadelphia 76ers. So Maxey, Edgecombe, Collins, Hendricks, Olivier, McCain, Brandon Boston, Cole Anthony, Buffkin, Eric Dampier, and Nick Clifford. Canepo is starting to get healthy. Mobley's starting to get healthy, I guess, but they're not going to be healthy for a minute. At least Mobley, Canepo's getting healthier. So maybe having Brandon Miller back, at least for this, this playoff, and will help out a ton. But game 1, they're going to take. Game 2, we ended up. Game 3, we're up 2-1. Are they injured, by the way? I didn't check that. Well, they're fully healthy. So, yeah, I mean, here we go. Looks like Cole Anthony might just got hurt, but that's it. All right, we're up 2-1 right now. Next game, we're going to go 3-1, beat them at 5. Nope, we're going to see if they beat them at 6. I'm not hopping the Simcast here. Yes, I know Mobley is injured, but all right, time to see if we can go ahead and beat them in 6, or we're going to have to go to a sweaty game 7 here, and we are going to go ahead and go to a game 7. So, of course, 141 to 125. Imagine choking a 3-1 lead. Just imagine it, bro. I can see it. I can already see it right now. It's a close game right now. So far, the Sixers have the lead, and it's a pretty close one here. We hop in. Norwood's going to lose. We're going to freaking lose, bro. 117 to 107. We're going to go home here. And making the play-ins was screwed us over in the first place. I'll go one more year on it. We'll see if we can get it done. We have another lottery pick, bro. Or do we? I don't see us anymore, but oh, we have pick 13. I'll go one last season. Charles Lee, I being in the plan just isn't good. I have to fire you, bro. Is there anybody else I can hire? Nick Nurse might be the best get, or Quinn Snyder. Yeah, so Nick Nurse or Quinn Snyder. Hopefully, when you guys wants to coach the Charlotte Hornets. If not, well, I don't really know, but we're gonna get Quinn Snyder. I guess that'll be an upgrade. And then yeah, we'll re-sign everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next season. All right, we are the number 2 seed, and we have the New York Knicks in round 1. So this is probably the last year. I mean, we might go another year. We'll see. We'll go ahead and take the benchalization down, and in round 1, we got the New York Knicks. We'll take a look at the standings. We finished off 58 and 24. Here's your players stats: about 23 from Knappel, 22 from Miller, 14 from Chris Anderson, 13.5 from Mobley, 13 from Darius, 12 from Chris Knack, and 11 from Jalen Duren, 10 from Grady Diggs. So against the New York Knicks, we are going to go ahead and beat them in 6. How they were looking like. Now we got the Brooklyn Nets, so hopefully we don't lose this team again. Demon, Peterson, Solomon, Sohan, Claxton, Whitmore, Noah, Senge. Against the Nets, we are going to beat them at 5 to play Atlanta. This is the team to beat. This is definitely a team to beat. We are, we're basically fully healthy. Brandon Miller, he'll play through this. He's the same overall. This is barely affecting him. The Hawks, though, Trae Young, Bruce Branch, they have Jack Reed-Deshae, Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, Braylon Mullins, Dyson Daniels, Aizen Newell, Luigi. I mean, yeah, they are also fully healthy. So, I mean, this will be tough. It's really tough, actually. I don't know if we'll be able to do this, but yeah, I know why this team is so good now. Game 1, they're gonna take game 2. We're gonna even it up. Game 3, they're up 2-1. We even up 2. The series is not over yet. We can still 100% win this series. Is who just got injured for us? Darius Cuff is hurt right now. He's gonna play through it. They want to bench him because he's hurt, which is interesting. Chris Anderson will get the start. But if we win this game and go up 3-2, I like our chances. I really do. And so far we have the lead. We're blowing them out, and we are gonna get the job done. We're gonna 128 to 103. We're going to get a great win. 35 from Knappel, 32 from Miller, 20 from Christian Anderson. Now we're one game away from the NBA Finals. It would be amazing, and we're back in Charlotte with all the momentum in the world. We could win this series. We have the lead right now as long as we keep it, and it is going to be a close game at the end. But it looks like we got it in the bag. We do. Wow, 113 to 106. I was not expecting for us to beat them at all, but we ended up doing it. Now we got the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals. We almost played the Thunder. We don't know how good the Thunder are, but we got the Phoenix Suns. So Devin Booker, Cameron Thomas, Mikal Bridges is back in Phoenix, which is interesting. So yeah, they have Cameron Thomas at the 2. Booker still averaging a strong 25. Ryan Dunn, Derek Queen, Nick Smith Jr., Mark Williams, Quentin Grimes, Gabe Neesmith, Jackson Richardson. So yeah, we'll see if we can go ahead and beat the Phoenix Suns. This will be a tough matchup again, but if we beat the Hawks, we should be able to beat them, right? We're gonna take game 1. We're gonna take game 2. We're gonna take game 3, and we're not gonna beat them at 5. We beat them in. Oh yeah, could we beat them at 5? No, could we beat them in 6? We could beat them in 6, just like that. We win the championship, and Brandon Miller wins the Finals MVP. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was definitely a fun one. Do you guys think Lamelo Ball will actually be traded? Comment down below. And comment down below what team you think is going to be traded to. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Have a great day or night, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.